every year Minnesota Bride magazine, and I know that Minnesota Bride magazine is a magazine. I think it's pretty much in every state. You know, Bride magazine has become Minnesota Bride, Wisconsin Bride,
sure, it's all
Arizona
localized.
Bride, all those things. It's localized stuff,
Well,
right?
and all marketing's become context oriented. So.
Right, exactly. And every year, for a few years, I was nominated for Best DJ, along with two huge DJ companies. That and it becomes a
welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, buddy.
He was nominated by his clients.
But each year, you know, you're nominated, and then people vote on you. And because I only do 30 events a year, and because I've only got 30 clients a year, maybe, I'm really not getting a lot of votes. I'm getting the votes from my clients, but I'm not really getting a ton of votes.
Yeah.
Whereas these big companies who send out 15, 20 guys a year, a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we're talking about 150 shows a year. They're getting more votes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it definitely puts you at a disadvantage.
Right. It's a disadvantage, and it's okay. Plus, they're huge advertisers of these magazines, and we've been working in publication business long enough to know that usually the awards are mostly about patting the backs of the people who gave you the most money, which is completely okay. And after a while, I stopped. I just stopped. Because after I got nominated a couple times, I was told, well, you should put yourself out there. Let people know that it's coming up, and you should be nominated again, and maybe you'll win that. So I did it for a few years, and this last year I wasn't going to do it. And then I got a call from one of my colleagues, one of my photographer friends. It's really lovely. She's really so she's like, I said, I'm not going to do it. She said, oh no, you have to do it. I'll vote for you. It'll happen this year. So I did. It didn't, and that's okay. But after when that happens and I see all the people who get nominated, I see the people that I know that got nominated, even the people I don't know that got nominated oftentimes, or if I just met them once,
right.
And send them a little note. Hey, congratulations, man! I saw you got nominated. It's really great. Your quality service, and the people should say you're the best. That's great, and good luck at the awards dinner. I'll be there rooting you on. So I was getting these emails back and these letters back saying thank you, and hey, we should get together for coffee. It's another smart way to stay in touch with your colleagues, right? So then I get one back from Aria, which is a downtown Minneapolis facility first of all, it's a huge warehouse facility, an old turn-of-the-century building. On the inside, the exposed turn-of-the-century masonry is still up in the huge, and all of the architectural beams, of metal beams and things like that, and a huge, beautiful stage. It's
uber modern.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And not only that, but the ceilings are like, got to be 50 feet high at least. And she said, thanks a lot. That was really nice of you. Hey, by the way, or am I going to see you on Wednesday? Wednesday, what's going on Wednesday? Well, we're doing an open house, or our Enticing Entertainment open house. I'm like, wow, Enticing Entertainment.
Is that the title of a thing, or is that something else?
Right. So I said, well, I didn't get an invitation, but thanks for thinking of me. She said, I'll send you one. So I got it in the mail this morning, or in the email.
Cool.
And Enticing Entertainment open house is a witness to a spectacular entertainers firsthand. And I'm like, it's not Aria. Aria's doing it and helping them, but Enticing Entertainment is a company that's been created in the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I might not have the time down on how long it's been put together. But by the way, welcome to the Bill and Jason Show. I'm Bill Hermann.
It's true. And I'm Jason Jones.
And thanks for being a part of our show again. But this is a company that creates entertainment and creates it in a theatrical way, like you and I talk about in the entertainment experience. And I looked up their website, and I just have to open it here to be able to look at it. But the first thing I noticed is that they create this. I need to open it now, and it's not opening. But
well, they're from their website. It looks like they're very circus oriented in terms of the types of performers and acts and things like that. With trapeze artists and balance artists,
right.
as well as
acrobats and aerial people and balloon art and characters and clowns.
What was it? Living mannequin art, like the person's like a mannequin kind of thing.
A red carpet. There's a lady at the end of a red carpet, on a violin, and she's at the end of the red carpet. I mean, it's all, using human beings and staging and story and theatrics and performance to be able to put together something that is an experience from the moment they arrive to the end of the event. I mean, they even have bartenders that are aerialists. Then they bartend behind a bar, but they're actually doing it upside down, which I'd like to see all by itself. I mean, exactly. How cool is that? But from magicians to instrumentalists to human statues, like you said, fire dancers, all kinds of just And yeah, it looks like that the company was built out of a bunch of people that worked in the world of circus performance. And it kind of was, because the young man that I saw in here, and there's two people in charge here, Justin Pohl and Heather Zehr, or Zehr, Z-E-H-R. Justin came out of real estate, believe it or not, and then he went to Burning Man.
Yeah, which is something I need to experience. Like I hear about it all the time, and it just sounds like an incredible experience.
Right. He saw that and saw that as a way for him to express himself in a world that was way less boring than real estate. So he put together this idea of being able to bring this to corporate events and even wedding receptions to create something unique using that kind of performance and those kinds of peoples the same way that you might use linens or lighting. But using all of the things that we use, like I said, from theatrics. And his partner came from that world. Performer since birth, passions like theater, design, costume, performance, stage, dance, costume design, construction of sets, circus arts, business management, and artistic management.
Yeah.
She brought all of that into this great idea. And between those two things, they've taken what we talk about in the entertainment experience and turned that into a business all by itself. And then the only sad part about this whole thing, for me, is that here we have a creation of entertainment and the entertainment experience all within this thing, and they don't mention one DJ.
Well, I mean, that's not surprising, because, I mean, for one thing, like, when we brought this out, we didn't bring this out to make DJs more DJ. You know what I mean? This was something for a DJ to add to what they offer.
Right.
And I think what's really telling is that so we're able to identify where a lot of these things come from, like mermaids. I would make the association with the Renaissance Festival, although mermaids have been like more ubiquitous than just that in terms of like having that, but bringing all these different diverse experimental and acts. They're not saying experimental act entertainment or
and we'll just throw it at
circus. We'll have circus people at your wedding. They're not marketing that way.
Not at all.
Which is really, I think, like informative to everybody who's taken the entertainment experience, everybody who uses those tools and markets them. It's like it's not as much value to say I'm a DJ that can do entertainment experience stuff, because then there's still you're trying to break out of a framework that they have, whatever framework they have of you, good, bad, or whatever that is, of what a DJ is, should know, and can know,
right?
Kind of thing like that. Like, I'm a DJ and I can do your taxes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but you won't have the skill I'm looking for, or whatever, right? So instead, they've created a brand around Enticing Entertainment, and they're like saying, like, we are creating experiences much like we do in the entertainment.
Right. Well, they create everything from the beginning to the end. Instead of, like you said, they don't just show up at a wedding that's they got lace and it looks like every wedding in the world, and then throw jugglers in there. No, we're going to have jugglers. We're going to create a theme so the jugglers look like they belong there, and that you would have chosen that they were there because they're part of who you are and what you're trying to put out there. So I have, firewalkers, or I've got an aerialist swinging back and forth over my head table, but you'd only do that because it fits everything. And so from that, they would say, well, you like aerialists and you dig that. So the way the rest of the room is designed and the way it's presented in such a way, so it actually looks like, of course you would have an aerialist instead of, wow, that's weird. Why do they have a stilt walker? That's weird. You know?
They're doing concept, they're doing design, and they're doing directing, and that's all the stuff that the graduates of the entertainment experience use. And I think that maybe it's really time to kind of break this away from like, this is a DJ tool to actually this is its own thing. This kind of experience design is its own kind of thing. It's its own business. It's its own brand. It's its own offering. It's something that people can stumble across and go, oh yeah, and not have to have the dissonance of like, I don't understand, but you're a DJ. Yeah. Like we've seen them get really hung up on that. Or fill in the blank. This isn't the diss DJs. Fill in the blank. It's like, I'm an accountant and I create amazing experiences. But you're an accountant, or you name it. Things that like don't automatically go together in people's heads. And in the world that we live in, where you go and look at all of the pain relievers, and it doesn't say pain reliever, it says for headaches, for toe aches, for earaches, for nose aches, for, you know what I mean? Everything is all context specific. So all of the consumers have been trained to look for very context specific things. So it's really time to like roll out the entertainment experience as something context specific to what it actually does.
At the same time, though, one of the things that we do with the entertainment experience, whether you're a DJ, whether you're the office manager for a DJ company, mostly we've been dealing with DJs, but there's lots of people that would get what we're talking about with this workshop, and one of the reasons we're so excited about it. But you're shown in that workshop that even you are seeing yourself as this small thing. I'm a DJ. What else would I be? Why would I know? Whereas what we're explaining in the workshop is that you are part of a larger entertainment business, and you see the world through that same lens, even though sometimes you're not looking into the corner of the lens. You're not seeing everything because you've been trained by yourself, by what's come before you, by the people who tell you, well, you're just a DJ, that you're still living in the world of just that, as opposed to you are living in the larger entertainment business, and this is it. This is part of it. So to be able to look at it that way, it immediately says, oh, well, yeah, of course I'm a DJ, but I also see the world this way. And to be able to, if you want your clients to understand that, you need to understand it in a really big and way bigger way around the possibility of how big it can really be, so that you can look at that client and say, yes, of course I'm a DJ. You know what else we can do, though? You know what else is possible? It's mostly about what's possible than about, hey, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. You know, you can now see their event as, oh, you want to have really romantic? Well, I've got a CD about nothing but romantic music. Or you want really romantic? Let me tell you about how that can be staged for you, the way that experience can be created from the beginning to end. And I can help mold that for you because I see the world and your event through eyes that you don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's the benefit. That's the benefit. And that's what you definitely get out of it. I mean, one of the things that we don't talk about a lot in terms of one of the major benefits of the workshop is that you come in as a DJ and you leave as a performance artist, you know, with a much broader perspective of what's possible for yourself and a lot more options to choose and grow into. And it's a beginning, not necessarily an ending, like, oh, I did this now I have everything I need.
Yeah, you had no idea how you'd be able to look at a room and create something, except that you thought you were going to see me tell you in a workshop, this is what I do, so write it down and look at every room like this. Or rather, I've done this kind of theme and I've done that kind of theme, and now write these things down because you can just attach them to themes. No, you start looking at the world the way we do, and unlocking that possibility that we already know is within everybody who takes it.
And there's a growing market for it. All the evidence and all the research of consumers and brides and all that, they are all looking for something unique, something stand out, and they need somebody that can pull that together.
Yeah.
So that's our infomercial. Thanks for tuning in this week to the Entertainment Experience Podcast.
Absolutely. You go to billcreates.com or entertainment-experience.com, and you can learn more about our workshops if you want to be a part of it. In fact, we got one coming up in November, and there's a couple of seats left, and I think there might even be a scholarship available.
So go ahead and post below or on the Bill and Jason Show page or on the Entertainment Experience page when you're going to take the workshop. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sample per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an Entertainment Experience production.